everyone, welcome to All About Desserts. Today we're going to make some delicious, authentic Mexican buñuelos. To make our buñuelos, we are going to need 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 3 teaspoons sugar, and 1 teaspoon baking powder. We're going to mix it all together until everything is well combined. After we've done that, we're going to make a hole in the middle of our mixture and pour in 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Then we're going to start mixing everything together. Very slowly, we're going to start adding 1/2 cup of warm water. Now, for the water, it's very important that you don't add all the water at once because you might not need all that water. You might need less, you might need more. It really depends on your dough and how it's forming. If you add it all at once, you might end up with sticky dough. So you need to add the water little by little until your dough has a nice consistency. If your dough does end up sticky, don't worry. Just add more flour little by little until it stops being sticky. Once the dough is ready, just set it aside and let it rest for 30 minutes. After it has rested for 30 minutes, pull it apart and make small balls of dough. Once that's done, we're going to lightly flour our surface to roll out our dough. We also want to make sure that we flour our rolling pin as well to avoid any sticking. Once we have floured everything, we're going to roll out our dough as thinly as possible. The dough has to end up almost translucent. The thinner the dough is, the crunchier our buñuelos are going to be. So we want to make sure that they're very, very thin. When we pick it up, we want to stretch it out even more, very, very gently so it doesn't rip. Once we've done that, we're going to let them dry out for at least 30 minutes so that when we put them in the oil, they won't suck up too much oil. You can spread them out individually or stack them up. I stacked them up, placing some flour and wax paper in between each one of them. If you're stacking them up, you want to make sure that you flour both sides before placing it on the wax paper, because if you don't, they will stick to the wax paper. Now we're going to make our sugar mixture that we're going to sprinkle on top of our buñuelos. We are going to need sugar and ground cinnamon. You can use as much sugar as you want and as much cinnamon as you want. I use half a cup of sugar and half a tablespoon of cinnamon. Then all you do is mix it all together. Next step is to heat up a large pan and add plenty of vegetable oil. Before you put in your rolled out dough into the oil, make sure it's hot enough. And to do that, you're going to take a little piece of dough and drop it into the oil. And if it starts sizzling immediately, then it's ready. When we put on our buñuelo, we want to make sure that we press down in the middle, because usually when you slide it into the oil, the middle part immediately fluffs up and it won't cook. So you want to go around your buñuelo and very lightly just press it down so it can cook evenly. It won't take very long to fry, so make sure that you're watching it constantly. And you flip it over when you see that the edges are turning a light brown. Once it's done, we take it out and place it on some towels to let the oil drain out. Then we can set it on a plate and sprinkle as much sugar as we want. And all that's left is to sit back and enjoy some delicious, crunchy buñuelos.